BYDFi is a crypto exchange on desktop and mobile where you can spot trade, futures trade, use leverage tokens, and copy the trades of top traders. If you sign up with the link in the description, you get a free $100 when you deposit $100. There's hundreds of crypto available on their spot exchange, as well as a free test account so you can practice futures trading without getting wrecked. BYDFi. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Snooze Fest, which is the all markets at the moment, more or less a snooze fest. Seems that gold is waking up a little bit at the moment. We've now, as of this, well, I suppose it's only just started really quite early on, really, as far as the day is concerned. But another 12 hours to go, more or less, before we close this candle body. If we close it above the Bollinger Band, we are looking for continuation on gold, which might mean that we get the breakout. The breakout for me is going to be above 1942, give or take, maybe a little higher, 1950. We're going to get continuation on gold. There's no reason to be particularly bearish on gold. We've got low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low, all basically retesting your 200 exponentials being a springboard. So the reason I talk about gold is because the correlation is as far as I can see, relatively high. It's very high, in fact, with Bitcoin. We're pushing this area again, so a bit more of a reason to be particularly interested on this exact level here. 200 simple and exponential and horizontal area of significance, 1940, 1950, give or take. We're working on a pump signal on the Itchy Cloud on a 4-hourly. Pretty hopeful that this is going to work out. We've got the money flow index is really quite low in comparison to where it should be able to go on a 4-hourly. So we're looking for this to trend up into the higher 1900s, basically. So pretty sweet stuff. Pretty sweet stuff. We've also got S&P not breaking down as yet. We've got the Euro still looking quite good. We're at 110 now. We were targeting 111, weren't we? Which I think is still on the cards, which is basically a new local high after this breakout of the symmetrical triangle, which was a fake out, which we said is most likely. And then the falling wedge, which is a bullish formation, which we broke out of as well. So all looking really good. So everything favoring further upside for all of the markets still favouring further upside on all markets. And even crypto stuff is working out. Coinbase still holding at 81. Pretty sweet. All looking very good. I have to say, I'm very pleased with the way all of this is looking. So let's turn our attention over to the boring snooze fest. Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, yeah, they've woken up a little bit, 30,500. Not too bad. Yesterday, there was a move up to the top of the band. We're sort of sitting around the centre of the band at the moment. Bollinger Band is pinching quite tightly now with a range of basically, and this is just a daily time frame, a range of basically 4.5%. That's quite tight if you look at how we've been in the past, you know, expanding volume, expanding price action. We've been sideways this entire time. We're still above the majority, almost all major moving averages on the daily with the pump signal as well. So the higher term time frames still have it as far as I'm concerned, which is further upside is most likely for Bitcoin. And for Ethereum as well. So again, you know, the daily term time frame, this is why I suppose this channel never catches on really. Because even though you know, for the majority of the time I get it right, majority, not always, but the majority, it's based around dailies, 4-hourlies, weeklies, which basically means, you know, one trading setup can take a while to play, and then when it plays, you know, excellent, you know, that's all played out very nicely and it's done and dusted. But really been banging on about the same thing since forever, which is why I suppose the Patreon live streams might be something that you'd be interested in. We can have a look at how much of a snooze fest all altcoins and any other chart is. We'll be doing one tonight, by the way, if you want to join that. Links in the description below. So yeah, Bitcoin's still looking good on the higher term time frames, being the daily. Let's take it to a 4-hourly to see how that's perking up. Still snooze fest. We're above all major moving averages at the moment, but no pump signal yet. Not even going to get one until we have the leading portion of the cloud go green. So if we are going to see a big move on Bitcoin based on any kind of itchy signal, probably not going to get one today, not based on an itchy signal. Based on its trend, not too bad. I mean, we broke out the descending trend on the RSI. We've basically gone sideways after the retest of that. We're above basically all major moving averages, so I'm still looking for further upside based on what we see here. But if you wanted to trade this, I would look at itchy signals, and we're not going to get one on this 4-hourly. So let's take it down to a real degenerate time frame. Okay, so the 1-hourly does have a pump signal. You might even be able to argue that this one played out immediately after generating. So closed outside of the cloud here, with the leading portion of the cloud went green. And basically we catapulted up straight away and then dumped straight back down. We held the Bollinger Band though on the 1 hourly, so still even the 1 hourly looks good. And what we're brewing now on this 1 hourly, it's not confirmed yet, not for another hour, would be a trend signal. A trend signal on the 1 hourly here is actually pretty sweet because we're looking for the blue to cross the red above the cloud with the cheeky span above the price, and that's the three components that you'd look for. And look, also what we're getting here is a golden cross would likely form more or less at the same time on the 1 hourly time frame. So that would be a trend on the 1 hourly. That trend should take us up to at least our major area of resistance, just short of 32,000. You might even see us break above there as well. So whether or not we can sustain higher prices from there is a different story. We'd need to look at the higher term timeframes again, but even they don't look in any way upset by that kind of move. And to be honest with you, it does look like, especially with the Bollinger Bands pinching at this stage now, with that pump signal on the trend signal brewing on the 1 hourly and the 4 hourly close to a pump signal, and already a pump signal on the daily has been in play for about 2 weeks now. We're basically ready for Bitcoin to move. So with Bitcoin all done and dusted, with the same old analysis and some short-term time frame sweeteners mixed in with that, what's going on with old Ethereum? So the pump signal was generated around here. Yeah, that's fine. So it existed at this level, 1930. And we came down to a 50 exponential where we've held for the last like 5 days or so. Rejection on the Bollinger Band. So yeah, Ethereum's not looking great as far as its immediate trend is concerned on the daily. It's definitely behind Bitcoin by about 2 weeks as far as its signal is concerned. Don't think that whatever Bitcoin does, Ethereum is going to do 2 weeks later. I'm just saying that this signal has been generated. When you get a setup like this, it can happen at any time. It can happen instantly, like we saw in that 1 hourly. It can happen, with an inordinate amount of time later, or not happen at all. So only about a 70% success rate, which is better than 0. It's definitely good. So let's have a look at the 4 hourly. The 4 hour had a golden cross retest on a simple moving average. We've bounced up from there. So you got your decent recovery from there, and we are basically above all major moving averages. So the 4 hourly looks okay, actually. It does look okay. What else did we get around here? You could call that bullish divergence if you wanted to. What have we got going on the 1 hourly? So pump signal similar to the Bitcoin took us up to a 200 simple moving average, back down again. No golden cross in sight, so not as strong as Bitcoin's setup. Bitcoin wins with the best setup. But to stand back and admire what we were talking about here is that all markets look good. All markets look good, and unfortunately, I would say that the altcoin market generally looks the least good of all markets. That as far as strong setups are concerned, we've got gold looking good, S&P stocks, loads of stocks all looking good. We've got Forex and all looking good. We've got Bitcoin looking good, and Ethereum's looking okay. Look, you're going to get all kinds of altcoins with different kind of setups. So I'm sure if we just had a look at what's been trending today, you'll see who's having the best day. They're not even that good, are they? Really, not on average. I suppose that the moves have been done. Oh right, that's because I was looking at AI. Oh yeah, that's a bit more like it. So you're getting some low cap piles of crud moving quite significantly. The volume, obviously, you can see is very small for the most part, very small indeed. So any of these things that are moving up massively have got quite small volume, less than 1 million for the most part. StormX actually having a good old run there for yeah. Anyway. I'm rambling. Long story short, everything does look good for continuation. As I've been saying for a while now, you can speculate that we can dump down in increments of $1,000 a time for Bitcoin, but each one of those is a dollar cost average event, and I would apply the same logic to altcoins of significance, not the terrible, rubbish, awful ones that only know down, but the ones with that have been relatively reliable and stable and offer some kind of utility or intrinsic value, not the ones with anything with some kind of furry meme on it. That is a wildcard coin, but for the most part, altcoins should benefit from this up only style that's going on in all markets at the moment, benefiting from the low dollar and the strong euro, and then the trickle down domino effect that we talk about. So again, it was a long rambling video saying nothing other than what I've been saying for what feels like 2 weeks now. The same analysis applies. It's most likely going to break up and out of the resistances for Bitcoin and probably Ethereum too, which should also take altcoins with it. The only thing that's really going to change that would be a euro breakdown, and at the moment we are still breaking out. So I'm not really having a problem with any of this. I think all of these dips, if you're going to get them, are worthy of buying. I think this is an epic market to be trading still. We're not exactly on borrowed time, I would say. I think we're still in the later stages of a rally. And at some point down the line, we will think about sort of getting out, limiting positions, and you know, hiding some cash under our mattress for more sort of major moves. But for the moment, everything looks pretty sweet and good to go, and I'm quite happy to hodl the alts that I've got, hodl the Bitcoin that I've got, trade these markets with derivatives, because everything looks pretty sweet. So I'll leave it with you there. Hopefully I'll see you on the live stream tonight. If I don't, no big deal. But if I do, congratulations on being a Patreon member. And we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.